Welcome back to Talk Tickers, the show that breaks down complex earnings calls into, digestible insights for you. Today we're doing a deep dive on Compass Inc. NYSE, ticker symbol CRMP.
Right.
Their Q3 2024 earnings call came out on October 30th, 2024. And let me tell you, the stock is up today.
Yeah.
Big time.
It's looking good.
It's up 14.21%, closing at $6.35 a share.
Very nice to see that, especially considering the backdrop of the entire industry right now.
Yeah. So let's just dive right in.
Yeah.
One of the things that really jumped out at me was that Compass reported a 16.1% year-over-year increase.
Wow.
In transactions.
That's a big number.
It is a big number.
Yeah.
And that's in comparison to the fact that the overall market saw transactions decline by 1.9%. So what's going on here?
So this is one of those cases where a rising tide doesn't lift all boats, right?
Right.
We're seeing a lot of these legacy real estate companies just really get hard hit by this market downturn, and Compass is, going in a different direction.
Yeah. And they're not just staying afloat. They're actually, taking market share.
Absolutely.
They're growing. Their market share grew by 49 basis points this quarter to reach 4.8% of the total market.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. You've got a company that's gaining market share during a down market.
Yeah.
That's a very strong signal right there.
And it seems that agents are noticing too, because Compass attracted over 750 new principal agents this quarter alone.
Yeah, that's their highest growth rate since 2021.
And their total principal agent count is up 20% year over year.
It's really impressive, especially when you consider that, a lot of these agents, they could go anywhere they want. They're choosing to come to Compass.
Right.
Because they see the value proposition that Compass is offering.
And it shows in their agent retention numbers.
Absolutely.
They have a 97.8% quarterly agent retention rate.
That is huge.
That is
one of the highest in the industry.
Very high. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're attracting top agents and they're keeping them
happy. Yeah.
Yeah. Happy agents, happy life.
That's what they say.
So, let's move on to their title and escrow business.
Yeah.
They've been making some big moves to integrate those services onto their platform.
Absolutely.
And so what's the latest there?
Well, they're achieving record attachment rates for title and escrow. They've seen a 700 basis point improvement over the last 3 quarters, which is pretty significant.
Wow.
They've integrated 7 wholly owned title and escrow operations into their platform, and they've got plans to launch in even more mature markets over the next 18 months.
So what does that tell you?
I think it indicates a strategic move towards building a comprehensive real estate ecosystem rather than just being a brokerage.
It's interesting because I've used Compass before, and it's a very slick platform.
It's a nice platform.
And so I can see how they're using that to build out this this ecosystem.
Yeah, I mean, they're clearly investing a lot in their technology, and they're using that technology to create a more seamless experience for their clients.
Yeah. All right. So let's get down to the brass tacks here.
Okay.
Let's look at the financial performance.
All right.
So Compass's revenue is up 11.7% year over year.
Very nice.
Hitting $1.5 billion this quarter.
And importantly, they're not just growing, they're profitable.
That's huge, right?
Yeah.
Especially in this market.
Yeah,
so give me the numbers there.
Sure. So their adjusted EBITDA came in at $52 million, which actually exceeded their guidance.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
And this is their 3rd consecutive quarter of positive free cash flow.
Nice.
They pulled in $32.8 million, and they're reiterating their positive free cash flow guidance for the entire year.
That's very impressive considering the market conditions.
It is.
It suggests that they're really focused on operational efficiency and delivering value
Absolutely.
To both agents and homeowners.
Yeah. They're really running a tight ship.
Yeah. So, we keep talking about their technology platform and how they're investing in it.
Yeah.
How much have they poured into it this year?
Well, this year they've put in another $100 million, bringing their total investment in tech to a whopping $1.7 billion.
That's a lot of money.
It's a serious commitment.
It is.
Yeah.
So what are some of the key technology innovations that they launched this quarter?
So 2 things really stand out.
Okay.
First, they launched this reverse prospecting tool.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a real game changer for agents.
How so?
Well, it allows agents to identify potential buyers within the Compass network who've already expressed interest in properties similar to the one that they're selling.
So you know who's interested right off the bat.
Exactly. Imagine the power of that, right? You've got a pool of interested buyers right from the start.
Especially in a buyer's market like we're in now.
Absolutely. It's a huge advantage.
That's really smart.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the second innovation?
So the second big thing is they're set to launch this client dashboard early next year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's going to be like a central hub for all agent-client interactions throughout the entire homeownership journey.
So like a one-stop shop.
Exactly, one-stop shop for everything from buying and selling to managing your home, and they're going to be integrating services like title escrow and even mortgage eventually.
So they're really trying to create that, that comprehensive experience.
Absolutely, a truly comprehensive experience for homeowner.
Yeah, it sounds like they're trying to be the go-to platform for like literally every aspect of the real estate journey.
That seems to be the goal.
So it's not all sunshine and roses though, right?
Well, right.
Their CEO, Robert Reffkin, had some pretty strong words about the National Association of Realtors' clear cooperation policy.
Yes, he did.
He seems to see it as a bit of a problem.
He does.
So tell me, what is the issue here?
Okay, so the clear cooperation policy basically mandates that if you are publicly marketing a property for sale, it has to be listed on the MLS within 1 day. Reffkin's argument is that this is forcing sellers to expose their properties prematurely.
Interesting.
Which could potentially lead to price drops or, the property being on the market for longer.
And he thinks this is benefiting who?
Well, his argument is that it really benefits the MLS and, those third-party lead generation websites more than it benefits the homeowner.
And so he makes this analogy to Google.
Right.
Saying that it's like Google demanding that any business that advertises elsewhere also has to advertise on their platform.
Exactly. He believes that homeowners should have the same marketing flexibility as professional home builders and developers,
Right.
Because after all, for most people, their home is their most valuable asset.
Yeah.
And you want to have a strategic marketing approach to maximize its value.
So Compass is really positioning themselves as a champion for homeowner empowerment.
Absolutely. They're challenging the traditional ways of doing things, yeah.
So where do they go from here?
Well, Reffkin is optimistic about their future, regardless of, what happens with the market. He believes their focus on agent retention, market share growth, increasing service attachment, and controlling operating expenses are all going to drive their success.
So they're playing the long game.
Absolutely. They're taking a long-term approach, and they're ready to thrive in any market scenario. Welcome back to Talk Tickers.
So we left off talking about how Compass is really focused on this idea of homeowner empowerment.
Right.
You said that they're really trying to, make Compass synonymous with homeowner value.
Mm-hmm.
How are they planning to actually do that?
Well, it really comes down to giving homeowners more control over how their properties are marketed and sold.
And you mentioned pre-marketing and multi-phase marketing strategies.
Yeah.
Can you kind of unpack that a little bit for our listeners who might not be, super familiar with those terms?
Sure. So think about it this way. Traditionally, when you're selling your home, you just list it on the MLS.
Right.
And then you just kind of wait and see what happens, right?
You cross your fingers.
Cross your fingers, exactly.
Yeah.
And hope for the best. But with pre-marketing and multi-phase marketing, you can actually control the timing and the exposure of your property.
Okay.
And you can start generating buzz and attracting the right buyers even before it officially hits the market.
So it's kind of like creating a sense of exclusivity.
Exactly.
Like you see with luxury brands.
Exactly.
When they're launching a new product.
Think about the way Apple launches a new iPhone, right?
Yeah.
It's all about building hype and anticipation.
Yeah.
And then, driving up the demand.
Creating that fear of missing out.
Exactly. And so Reffkin envisions a similar approach for real estate where, homeowners can really curate how their property is introduced to the market.
So how does Compass actually help homeowners do this?
Well, they're building a platform that gives homeowners and agents the tools and resources to showcase properties, strategically connect with the right buyers, and ultimately get the best possible results.
It all comes back to those technology investments that they've been making and their commitment to creating this, end-to-end platform.
Exactly. And, we talked about the reverse prospecting tool earlier.
Right.
That allows agents to tap into Compass's network and identify potential buyers who are already interested in similar properties.
Right.
And then you have the client dashboard, which will give you a centralized hub for everything from marketing and communication to managing offers and closing deals.
So they're trying to create a more personalized experience, more of a tailored approach.
A more data-driven approach.
Yeah. And moving away from that traditional one-size-fits-all model.
Exactly, because every property is unique. Every homeowner is unique.
So, Reffkin believes that this clear cooperation policy is eventually going to be overturned.
Yeah.
But he's also said that Compass's core business strategy doesn't depend on that happening.
Right.
So what are some of the other key elements of their strategy?
Well, they're really focused on a few things. First, they want to maintain a disciplined approach to operating expenses.
Okay.
They're targeting a 3-4% annual organic growth rate.
All right.
Second, attracting and retaining top-tier agents.
Okay.
By providing them with the best tools, training, and support.
And they've been doing a pretty good job of that so far.
Yeah, they have.
Their retention rates are really high.
Yeah, absolutely. So what else?
Third, expanding their service offerings.
Okay.
Integrating things like title, escrow, mortgage, all those ancillary services.
Right.
And then finally, pursuing strategic acquisitions that complement their existing business and help them grow faster.
So they're not just sitting around waiting for the market to turn around.
No, they're not.
They're being proactive.
They're taking control of their own destiny.
They're trying to build a company that can thrive in any market environment.
Exactly.
And their financial performance this quarter really seems to suggest that that strategy is working.
It does.
They beat expectations on revenue-adjusted EBITDA, free cash flow. Yeah, their ability to control costs and stay profitable in this kind of market, it's pretty remarkable.
They had an adjusted EBITDA margin of 3.47%.
Which is really good.
Yeah.
Especially considering, the headwinds that the industry is facing.
And they achieved this while growing their agent network.
Right.
And investing heavily in technology.
It's a delicate balance.
It is.
But they're managing it well.
Yeah. And they're also consistently gaining market share.
Yeah. Which tells you that they're attracting both agents and clients.
What do you think is driving that success?
Well, I think their national scale and their network of top-performing agents are huge advantages.
Okay.
They can offer a level of reach and expertise that a lot of their competitors just can't match.
And they're really focused on keeping those agents happy.
Right.
We talked about that 97.8% quarterly retention rate.
It's impressive.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
They clearly see their agents as partners, not just employees.
Exactly.
So what are you going to be watching for from Compass moving forward?
Well, I'm really interested to see how they continue to navigate this evolving real estate landscape.
Okay.
Especially with their focus on homeowner empowerment and their challenge to the clear cooperation policy.
Are they going to be successful in actually changing the way the industry works?
It's a big question.
It is.
Yeah.
And of course, we'll be keeping an eye on their financial performance.
Of course.
Continued revenue growth, margin expansion, strong free cash flow.
All the important stuff.
Yeah, those are all going to be key indicators of their success as the market recovers.
Absolutely. But, beyond the numbers,
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how they keep evolving their technology platform and expanding their service offerings.
So they can stay ahead of the curve.
Exactly.
Maintain that competitive edge.
Yeah. It's clear that Compass is not just another real estate brokerage.
Right.
They're building something different.
They are.
Something more comprehensive.
Yeah.
Something that really integrates technology, personalized service, and this commitment to empowering both agents and homeowners.
Yeah.
They're really trying to redefine the real estate experience.
Yeah, they're definitely a company to watch.
Absolutely.
They're shaking things up.
Yeah.
And they could potentially change the entire industry.
It's an exciting time to be following them.
Welcome back to Talk Tickers. We've spent the last 2 parts of this deep dive really digging into Compass Inc. Q3 2024 earnings call. And I think it's safe to say they're really shaking things up in the real estate world.
Yeah, their performance this quarter, especially given the, the tough market conditions, really shows that they're not just, reacting to the market, but they're actually trying to shape the future of the industry.
And one of the things that's been really interesting to me is this whole idea of homeowner empowerment.
Yeah.
It's a pretty bold vision. And Robert Reffkin, their CEO, he seems really passionate about it.
Yeah, he's not just talking about it.
Yeah.
He's making a really strong case for why this is good for everyone involved.
Right.
By giving homeowners that same level of control and flexibility that, professional home builders and developers have, he thinks it creates a win-win situation.
Yeah.
Homeowners potentially get better outcomes. Agents have more powerful tools, and, the whole transaction becomes more efficient and transparent.
It's a really interesting concept.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where selling your home isn't just about, slapping it on the MLS and hoping for the best.
Yeah.
Instead, it's this carefully planned out process where you have control over how your property is presented to the market.
Exactly.
You build excitement and attract those, perfect buyers.
It's about leveraging storytelling and creating that sense of exclusivity.
And Compass is building the platform to make that happen.
Yeah.
All their investments in technology,
Yeah.
the reverse prospecting tool, the client dashboard, it's all geared towards this more personalized, data-driven approach to real estate.
It's about moving beyond just, doing a transaction.
Right.
It's about creating this whole ecosystem that supports homeowners, from beginning to end.
Yeah, buying, selling, managing, even upgrading their properties.
They're thinking ahead, anticipating the needs of homeowners and building the tools to meet those needs.
And their focus on agent retention that fits into this vision, too.
Absolutely.
Give agents the best technology, the best training, the best support.
Right. And then they can become, trusted advisors for their clients, guiding them through every step of the way.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's your final takeaway for our listeners?
Well, I think the biggest thing to remember is that Compass is not afraid to challenge the status quo. They're pushing the boundaries of what's possible in real estate. They're using technology to empower both homeowners and agents. Their performance in this down market has been impressive, and their vision for the future is bold.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how it all plays out.
It is.
This has been Talk Tickers, your guide to the world of earnings calls.
We hope this deep dive into Compass Inc.'s Q3 2024 earnings call gave you some valuable insights and maybe even got you thinking about the future of real estate.
Thanks for joining us.
Until next time, stay informed and invest wisely.